Good morning, this is Sheila from My Cardstock Creations and Mini Albums, and this will be the first tutorial for my Pretty in Pink album. And I also have created a PDF book that you can purchase on my website at mycardstockcreations.com, or you can get it on my Etsy shop, which is Creative Cards 101. If you are interested in purchasing the PDF book to go along with these videos. Alright, so for this video we're going to construct the cover, because some of you probably don't know how to make your covers, so I decided I show you how to do that on the first video. So for this video we're going to be working on the cover, as I said. So for the cover pieces, you're going to need 3 pieces of chipboard, and for the front and back cover you need 2 pieces that are cut at 5.5 inches by 8.25 inches. And then for the spine you need 1 piece that's cut at 3.5 inches by 8.25 inches. So when I put my cover together, put this aside. When I put my cover together, I used some tape. You can use washi tape. I used masking tape, and I just leave enough room so that the book can close very easily. Okay, so that's how I do that first. Now for your paper, for the front and back cover, let's see, what did I say? For the front cover, 2 pieces I cut at, actually all 3 pieces that you're going to need for the front and back cover and the spine, I cut 3 pieces of paper that measure 6 inches by 9.25 inches. And then, because I want my spine piece to overlap the front and back cover, I attached it, I think it was like a half inch on either side of the spine. And I used glue. You can use the glider tape, score tape, whichever you prefer. So now I want to attach my paper to attach my paper to the book. So you can use glue, you can use tape, whichever you prefer, but for this video I think I'm just going to stick to the glue, because if you use the double-sided tape and you lay down your paper onto your chipboard, and if you don't line it up just right, you need to be able to move it around. So that's why I choose glue, because with the glue you can have a little more control. Just put lots of glue all over. Okay, so now I'm just going to turn it over. I'm going to stand up for this and kind of line it up. I'm just eyeballing it. You can use your bone folder or a ruler or the back of a pen. Just trying to burnish that down. Okay, so now can actually like fold up. Don't fold it too hard because you don't want your paper to rip. Just enough just to give it a little. Okay, so now I'm gonna trim off the corners. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Okay, so first I'm going to fold up all the edges. I'm just going to turn this around. Now apply your glue. Starting in the new year, I'm going to try to get some more PDF books out on my videos so that you can have the step-by-step instructions in the book as well as the video. And I took lots of pictures, color pictures, and I tried to remember how I would do it step by step on the video so that it would match. Okay, so now I'm just going in the creases here just a little. There. Make sure that's glued down good. Now I'm going to do the other side. Bring the edges up close to the cover. Glue. I tried to do the tutorials like I want to, you know, if I was learning myself. I tried to do it step by step. So as I was creating the pieces for this tutorial, I wrote it down as I was doing it so that I made sure that it was exactly step by step. Because some videos in the past that I've watched for projects or even tutorials that I have purchased, the way they explain it, it was very confusing to me. So I tried my best not to make it so confusing. Okay. Alright, so now all covered. All right. So for the inside, before you lay your papers down, decide how you're gonna close your book. Are you gonna use like a latch system or some other kind of system to lock it? I chose ribbon, so for my closure for this, just like I did with the other one. So you need a good size length, and then decide how much you want to glue down. And then I usually kind of eyeball it in the middle and lay down some score tape. And do the same for the other side. Okay, now you can use score tape or glue. I'm just going to use my tape. And do the other side. You may have a different system that you use to create your cover. You don't have to follow mine. This is just the way I do it. Alright, so that's how I do my cover. And you can add some beads on here or however you want to do it. I'm going to pause the video for a moment and get my next part. Okay, I'm back. Okay, for the hinges, you also probably have a different way of doing yours. I'm just going to set this aside. For the hinges, you're going to need a piece of paper, whichever color you choose to use for yours, 8 by 8 inches, and you're going to score it at every ½ inch on your scoreboard. And then you're going to start folding and making your hinges. If you don't know how to do hinges, there's plenty of videos out there to teach you. When I first started doing hinges, I really didn't understand the concept. I'm like, how do they do it? Even after watching the videos, it took me a little bit to get used to doing them, but now I have no problem. And there's 5 pages 5 main pages to this book. So you need 5 hinges. I hope you all had a nice Christmas. Mine was okay. This was the first full year that my fiance and I moved to North Carolina, and my 2 boys stayed back in Massachusetts, and this was the first year with, I mean, last year we had just gotten here, so I really don't count that one, but this year was the first year that I really missed them Christmas Day. But please keep in touch on Facebook. So, okay, why isn't it working? There we go. This one's giving me a little trouble for some reason. So, I'm so happy that, we can still communicate every day if we want through Facebook and texting. Alright, so that's the 5 hinges. Just gonna make sure I crease all of them really good. Alright, so now you take your score tape, and I use score tape and glue just to make sure that it sticks. You don't want it to come apart. And I've noticed if it's really humid in your area, the score tape does not hold well. And I learned that by doing. Because last summer here was really humid. We had a lot of humid days. It was an unusual year here in the summer. So I noticed when I was making things and using the score tape, it wasn't holding after a while because of the humidity. Okay, so now, alright, so that's your hinges. So now we're going to attach it to the book, album. Alright, so, alright. I know some people make their hinges a little bit longer and they tuck it under their front pages, but I don't do that. I'm just afraid that the book's going to give me more trouble. Sorry if there's a little glitch in this video. My camera shut off for whatever reason. I have no clue. But at least I heard it this time. I don't like when you're doing a video and your camera shuts off and you don't realize it until you're done with the project, and then you're like, oh my goodness, I gotta start all over. Alright, so that's your hinges. So now I'm gonna put this aside and we're gonna get the other pieces. All right, so like I said, there are 5 pocket pages. Put this aside. There are 5 pocket pages. Okay, so for your pages, you're going to need for your pages, these are gonna, I call these through the whole video the main pages in your book, the main ones. So you're gonna need 5 pieces of cardstock, whichever color you choose, and you're gonna cut that at 8 by 11.5. So you're just gonna cut a 1/4 inch off here, or is it a 1/2 inch? A 1/2 inch off a standard size piece of paper. Then you're gonna go to your scoreboard after you do 5 of them. You're gonna lay this down this way, the long way, and you're gonna score a 1/2 inch on one edge, and you're gonna fold that over. And then you're gonna take and you're gonna fold it in half up to that score line. But you're not going to glue it yet. Do not glue it because you won't be able to attach it to the hinges. So you're going to need to do this 5 times. Score a 1/2 inch and fold it up to the line as just like this. So now you've got 5 of these. Okay. So now let's go ahead and attach those to the book. Okay, so decide, because the book actually, my book, when you open it, I open it, this is the front, and all my pages are done like this. So you're facing this way. But if you want yours to go the other way, you have to decide which way you want to do it. But if you choose to do a different way, then the pockets and flaps aren't going to coordinate with that. So my book opens this way. So my pages are set up this way. So you're going to decide which way you want your pocket. Do you want it on this side, the left side, or the right? And I think I did mine on the left side. So what you're going to do is you're going to put glue here and down one side, because you want to leave one side open. So glue here, glue down here and up, but leave this open at the top. You can, well, I suggest just use glue, because if you use the score tape, then your photo mat's going to stick to it. So just use glue, and like I said, glue down one side. Okay, and now you're gonna bring it over to your, hopefully you can see this, and you're gonna put one side, glue side on this side, the other glue side on the other side. Line it up. The best you can. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attach my other pages, and then we'll continue the video. Just for time's sake, I'm going to turn off the video right now and add my other pages, and you go ahead and add yours too, and we'll be right back. Alright, so trying to fix my camera here, sorry. Okay, so now you should have all your base pages on it. Now again, I say throughout the video, I call these the main base pages, okay, in the book. So you should have one opening still on either side. And I did measure out the, did I measure out? Okay, so you're going to need 5 photo mats, and I did measure these, and I measured them so they stick out a little bit. Is that the right size? No. Okay. I'm going to put these aside for later. Okay, so now the book is ready to start decorating, and I'm going to put this aside for 1 second. I learned this technique. I learned this technique from watching a video, The Scrap Queen, and she uses base pages that she works on. She does all the work on a base page, and then after she's finished, she attaches it to the main page in the book. And I adopted that technique because it makes your pages sturdier by doing it that way. So you're going to need 10 base pages, and throughout the video, this is what I'm going to call this, the base page. And you're going to need 10 that measure 5 by 8 inches. So you can cut that down, and you need 10 of them. And when the next video that I do, we're going to construct the first page. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments below. And in the description, I will leave links to my website and a link to my Etsy shop, so that if you like, you can purchase the tutorial and follow along with the booklet and the video when all the videos are finished. You have a wonderful day and Happy New Year.